So, big news coming out from Football Insider and many other sources. I mean, we've been linked with this player for a pretty long time this season. It's really only developed this season, the idea of him as a Liverpool Football Club being linked with him. Mason Mount. Let's talk about him. Chelsea have told Mason Mount he is free to find a new club, and it is believed that talks between the London Giants and the 24-year-old have now collapsed, with the club refusing to budge on their latest offer. Chelsea offered Mason Mount a new deal worth over £180,000 a week, but he is keen to be paid the same as his teammate Reece James, £250,000 a week. Mount has a deal that runs until the summer of 2024, and the Chelsea stance from the beginning is that they will cash in on him if no deal is agreed. With both parties unable to come to a deal, the West Londoners have advised Mount he is free to explore an opportunity with another club ahead of the upcoming transfer window. That is a huge boost to the English star suitors, who include multiple Premier League clubs led by Liverpool and Man United. The England international has appointed Neil Fewings as a new agent to help him facilitate a summer transfer. Jurgen Klopp admires the playmaker and wants to bring him in as part of a refresh of Liverpool midfield. Sources have told Football Insider that Mount is also a big fan of Jurgen Klopp and would jump at the chance to work with him. United are also keen on the versatile midfielder and see him as a huge talent whose homegrown status and potentially affordability makes him an eye-catching target. It is understood that Fewings has already made a contract with numerous clubs to start the process of securing his client a new home. Mount has been at Chelsea for the entirety of his career so far and has already made 192 appearances for them as well as 36 for the England team. Yeah, that's pretty much it on the whole Mason Mount feud with everything else. I mean, it's really becoming like a serious possibility for Klopp to sign Mason Mount in the summer. Like, I would put him in a potential transfer, and I would put him in probably a must-buy list, honestly, because I wouldn't be fine. I would be fine with Mason Mount. I feel like he's got great potential. Homegrown status as well will help in that area as well if we're looking to bring in some reinforcements in the homegrown area for sure. And he'd be good profit for Chelsea because he looks like because he is good profit for Chelsea. And without his contract expiring in the summer, it is good profit for Chelsea indeed. But here's the other part of the deal about Mason Mount. If he goes up, I would not pay at least above 50 million for Mason Mount because I think that's way too much, and I think he's still at an age where he's not there yet. Like a lot, like I'm looking on the transfer market right now. Last updated, he's worth 65 million euros. Like that's a lot. That is a lot of money for a 24-year-old who's already won the Champions League, won a Club World Cup and a Super Cup, and just how old was he when he won that? 22. The age of 22, he's done really well to do that well, like really. And this Premier League 2022/23 season, he's made 23 appearances, 3 goals and 2 assists, and mostly being played in the attacking midfield position. He's had a lot of appearances, and can he make an impact at Liverpool? I think he can. And if Klopp sees something in him that is worth investing into, I feel like it should be a done deal. Because like homegrown, good profit for Chelsea, and I wouldn't be fine with it. I wouldn't be too sad about it. I'd honestly be over the moon. And if he comes in as either a backup or even slot him into the starting 11, well, it's I would be fine with it either. I would be fine with it. I wouldn't be too happy. I wouldn't be too sad about it either because he looks like a real. He looks like a future. He has a future in him, Mason Mount. I think he can go all the way to become at least one of England's best midfielders if Klopp sees something in him and if he manages him right and if he knows what he can bring to the table for Liverpool and any other club, honestly, because I think he can do well at any club. But if we're talking in a Liverpool Football Club sense, he's cut above all the other midfielders this season, apart from Bayern, which I think Him and Bajicic maybe are on the same level, but he's above Thiago in my opinion. Maybe not Thiago, but at least this season he's above Fabinho for sure. He's above Curtis Jones. He's above Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and I think he's above Jordan Henderson. Look, we can't deny El Capitan Jordan Henderson has not had the best of seasons, but I feel like Mount has outperformed him this season in terms of like starting 11 minutes, like how he's made an impact on the pitch. He's got something in him. Yeah. And honestly, if we're looking at a summer transfer, I would take Mason Mount at this right time. And if Klopp needs to be on needs to get on to the transfer market and immediately get him in because he looks like something, Mason Mount. He looks really like a player that we should definitely invest into. Other midfielders, do we want to talk about other midfielders? Mateus Nunes, I mean, we've already done that. Jude Bellingham is too talked about, but if you want to really, like a real quick update on Jude Bellingham to Liverpool, then let me just pull it up real quick. Liverpool's Ben Jacobs has confirmed that Liverpool are from being considered out of the race for Jude Bellingham's signature this summer. This follows one report from David Ornstein at The Athletic in which it was concluded that the Reds are increasingly unlikely to land the Englishman owing to the financial challenges faced. Really? Are you really gonna say that? Like, did you not see the interview that he made with Steven Gerrard a few days ago? Look right after the match against Ukraine. What did he say? He looks up to him, and he looks up to him, and he's his role model ever since he was a young lad. And with him and Steven Gerrard embracing each other, how do you think he's not gonna come to Liverpool? Like, sure, the money won't be there, but FSG aren't gonna let someone like Mason Mount go somewhere, let someone like Jude Bellingham go somewhere else. I think FSG will invest in him. It would be a smart investment for FSG indeed. But if you think Real Madrid are in the race, and if you look at Real Madrid, will they renew? It all depends. Like, if Real Madrid don't renew Luka Modric's contract, then where would Bellingham fit into that team? Like, they've got really good midfielders. Like, will Ceballos leave in the summer? That's another thing they need to think about. Those two players' contracts are expiring. You've already got Chouameni. You've already got Camavinga. Unless it would work. It would work. Not no. There's no denying about it. Tony Kroos is still gonna be there for sure. How would he fit? Unless one of the older senior pro players of Madrid are going to leave in the summer, then it would be a good transfer. But if none of those players are leaving, none of those midfielders are leaving in the summer, I don't think Jude fits into that Real Madrid team as much. As good as he is, I don't think he would. What would he do? What would he be? I feel like he'd just be a normal player. But if you're looking at a problem like Liverpool, Bellingham fits in really well. He fits in very, very well into that system. He can definitely be. He can't. We can't obvious. He can't obviously be a difference maker, but he'd be a really essential part to that midfield. He is. He was one for the future for any of the clubs that are signing him. Indeed, but yeah, well, I think it's destined. I think it's destined. Jude Bellingham to Liverpool. It's gonna happen. I think it will happen in the summer. Like, there's no denying about it. Like, after seeing that interview that he made with Gerrard after the England versus Ukraine game, there's no doubt he's gonna come to Liverpool. Come on, like, there's no doubt he's gonna come to Liverpool. And if he doesn't come to Liverpool, it is the biggest embarrassment for FSG and Liverpool Football Club. It is embarrassment that how we cannot and still cannot go for our top targets when we should be. We're a top six Premier League club. We obviously need to go in for Jude Bellingham. But if we don't, it's shocking. It's just shocking. And how will Klopp find his ideal signing, his ideal top target? We'll have to wait in the summer, my friends. That is it for now. I'll see you soon. Bye.